Hello Pisces, and welcome to your April 2019 reading. Allow me just a moment to go ahead and shuffle out your messages. Also, I do apologize for the setup. I am currently in the middle of relocating, but I wanted to make sure that I got your messages out on time. Pisces, I feel that some of you are, I'm getting like a bunch of back and forth banter going on. So it's like you're trying to work out the details of a arrangement, an agreement. Some of you may be starting businesses. I do feel for some of you, you may be starting your own businesses. But for others of you, it's like you're going back and forth with someone over what you see as reality, versus like I feel that there's two very different perspectives going on here. It's like, you may see things one way. Someone that you're involved with, they see things another way. And there may be some arguments and some verbal lash outs during this time. It's like you're trying to meet a terms of agreement. For a small percentage of you, this may be a legal matter, especially pertaining to children. Yeah. It's like some of you feel as though you're walking on eggshells, or someone is, all readings can go vice versa. But this is typically indicating a state in which we feel very uncomfortable. We feel, there's like a nervous type of energy around this. And it feels as though, you feel that you're walking on eggshells, or someone around you feels this way. And I do feel, with this Ace of Swords and this Tower here, this is like truth coming to light and causing some shakeups, okay? So you do have something that is coming out here. I'm also getting, like harsh truths. It's like you're seeing the reality. I'm picking up some regrets here for some of you. Again, that is something that can go vice versa. But I feel, some regrets over a situation. For some of you, you have dealt with third-party interference. And it's coming out, like it's coming to light, okay? No matter which side, whether it was you or the other person, or if you are or were someone's third party, I do feel that those of you in that situation, it's like there's a shake-up here, okay? I'm also getting that someone has been pretending. Guys, I sincerely apologize for the background noise. I do. Okay, I'm feeling here some of you may be in committed relationships. So this would typically indicate a long-term committed relationship, possibly even marriage. Some of you may be going through a divorce at this time. This definitely indicates family. Family matters, having children with someone, custody issues, long-term relationships, like where you're living together, those types of things. And I'm feeling as though for some of you, you're finding out that someone you've been involved with is in a committed relationship. For others of you, as I said, there's a lot of emphasis here on third party. And with this Tower being at the very center of your spread, I feel like this is something coming out, quite unexpectedly. And for some of you, you're trying to uncover information. It's like you have that inkling, you have that feeling that someone may be, trying to wedge their way in between your relationship. So you're on the lookout here. I'm seeing some of you like going through someone's phone, checking their email. I feel like you're checking up on someone, or someone is checking up on you. And as I said, something is being found here. It's like there's a discovery being made. I also feel like an epiphany type of moment going on here, where you're realizing that someone is realizing that they made a mistake, and they want to work on things, okay? And, this Page of Wands, so this can be a fire sign, which is an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. It does not have to be, but this is where, we're trying to re-spark the chemistry within a relationship. So some of you, it's like you're trying to have a do-over here with your partner. If this has been a long-term relationship, I feel like, you're trying to work things out. You're trying to work things out. You're trying to make things better, make amends with someone, make up to someone, or vice versa. With Justice showing up here in the upright position, I'm feeling as though, as I said, some of you, there's a legal course of action being taken here. So this is something to be very careful of as well, especially, if you're involved with someone who's already in a committed relationship, or if there are children involved between those people. I do feel someone may be serving an order of protection. Someone may be serving custody papers, paternity. Paternity also comes up here. But I feel that, this is an energy that is quite serious and quite stern. So it's like something is coming through here, and the Tower does indicate wiping the slate clean. So it's like if you're going to forgive this person, you're expecting them to come clean with, I'm getting like the whole truth and nothing but the truth, right? It's like that's what it's going to take in order to rebuild this relationship. So this is all about paying attention to the details. He's building here. And it's about it's like fine-tuning, right? Fine-tuning your relationship, fine-tuning your skills. I almost said scales. So some of you may be doing diet or exercise programs at this time. You may be dealing with a little bit of body insecurity issues. I also get that, with the Empress in the reverse position. But I'm feeling like, this Eight of Pentacles, it's kind of like where you're trying to focus on what is yours, and you're kind of trying to stay to yourself, right? So there is a little bit of distance. It's like for some of you, some type of communication is coming your way, and I feel that this may be completely unexpected. It's like, he has his back turned, and he's focused on this pentacle, and I'm feeling like with this Ace of Swords behind the back, for some of you, someone has been talking about you behind your back. I'm getting like gossip behind someone's back. And for those of you where this has been a long-term relationship, or even if it's a family situation, I do get the elements of, a betrayal here, where, it's something that you weren't expecting. I feel like you're hearing news that you weren't expecting. Again, some of you, gossip. It's like, gossip is going on, and I feel that you're going to want to address the situation, or someone is wanting to address it with you. This is all about starting over, trying to re-spark the chemistry. Some of you are struggling with intimacy problems within a relationship, and this indicates trying to spice things up. But I really feel that you guys, going back to that back and forth type of bantering, it's like you're trying to make up with someone. And I feel that someone is saying, I swear, or someone may have made you a promise that type of thing. And I'm still getting that, the truth and nothing but the truth. So it's like you thought you had clarity on a situation, but I feel that it's like you didn't. So something is coming along completely unexpected and out of the blue. I feel that, you're not really paying attention, and then all of a sudden you hear, so-and-so said this, or, it's something. I'm going to clarify this further. I really do get, as I said, this is someone very stern and very strict. So someone is irritated with you, or, you're irritated with them. And I feel, as much as I don't like to put my opinions in readings, I feel like someone is very angry at the other person, and rightfully so. Because for some of you, this was someone very near and dear. Where I feel that someone was completely blindsided here. And it really took them off guard. So this Empress in the reverse, this is someone who's been knocked off their pedestal. It also can indicate, verbal abuse, or just trying to tear someone down. Their self-confidence, make them feel bad about themselves. It's like someone may be shaming you or blaming you. Someone feels like they've been the scapegoat, or, they scapegoated you. Some of you, very clearly, someone scapegoated you. It's like they were communicating with someone behind your back, and they were talking about you. They were scapegoating you. They may have been using you as an excuse. And I feel that, this may have taken place completely with you being unaware of it. And it's like you're finding out. So you definitely have truth coming out. With Justice in the upright position, this does indicate, karma being served in your favor. So it's very positive. But, as I said, I do get that harsh truths along with it. So whichever way this goes, I feel the person, that was done wrong by, it's like the universe is coming through here and leveling the playing field. That's what I'm getting. I don't feel it's something you necessarily have control over. Okay? I feel that this is something happening universally, right? Divine timing is what this is in this particular circumstance. Some of you, if someone did step outside of the relationship, I feel like they may be trying to make it up with a commitment, where they're saying, okay, I'm going to tell you the whole truth. Then we can work past it. We can move forward. And I want to take the relationship to a higher level of commitment. For some of you, that is what's happening here. For others, I feel that, you're breaking away. You're breaking away from someone who you once saw yourself committed to. And you're starting all over, okay? But for the majority, I feel that you're trying to make up with someone. It's like there's standing water here. There's standing water with a particular person. And so you're either completely breaking it off or completely solidifying the commitment. There's no gray area. Someone may be saying that to you, where they're saying, things are going to be black and white. Either we're together or we're not together at all. That is what I'm getting, because someone feels like they've been taken for granted, they've been used, they've been really taken advantage of. And as a result, it has greatly affected their self-esteem. Some of you were hanging in there with someone hoping for a commitment. And I feel that, things didn't come to pass, so you may be walking away from them. And I do feel, as I said, it's like this is being served in your favor, whichever end of the spectrum you're on. I'm going to further clarify just a little bit on your Tower. You have the Six of Pentacles, so this does indicate trying to work things out. This is all about reciprocity, give and take. It's like where you're wanting someone to put in mutual effort. So it's very much about the art of compromise. You're trying to compromise with someone. I really feel that someone has a lot of regrets here. So here you are, or another water sign like yourself, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, showing up as the King of Cups. This is typically, where you have a lot of love for someone, where your emotions are genuine, your emotions are real, and you're reaching out, and you're trying to make an offer to someone. And I feel, some of you, like I said, it's someone reaching out to you. But either way, with this Seven of Cups, this is something to very much pay attention to. This does indicate options, having many options. And it also indicates like a distorted reality. So going back to what I was saying at the very beginning, your perspective, it's like you have a completely different perspective than someone else does. Okay. Like you may see something as morally, like where you can let it slide. And I feel like you're dealing with someone where to them, it's just purely not acceptable. Okay. Or vice versa. This is very much about morals, how we were raised, our upbringing. Like if we know something is right or wrong, right? Like when something is right or wrong. But I'm feeling, the way we're raised, the way we're brought up, our immediate environments, it's like that nature-nurture argument. That's the type of things I'm feeling here. So while you may, not see something as a big deal, I feel like someone else, they very well, it may be a deal breaker to them. Okay, so it's like you're trying to level. You're trying to level with someone here. Also, it does indicate, you having a lot of options yourself. So there may be many people that you have to choose from. And it's saying, choose very wisely, choose carefully. Because I feel that, you're thinking about all the things you want in a committed relationship. Some of you, you're starting all over brand new. And I feel like, you may be newly single. And it's like, you have these options to choose from. But you're not sure. It's like what you've went through before. You're telling yourself, I'm never going to go through something like that again. So I want to make sure that I'm seeing things clearly. I'm really getting timing here, where you're trying to take things slow. You don't want to rush forward too quickly. And there's still a situation that you're dwelling on. Some of you, as I said, this is a distorted reality. So going back to that truth coming out, I feel like it's clearing up the confusion. This indicates, a state of confusion. So you're looking right at this. It's like anything you were confused on, anything you didn't have the answers to, anything that was going on behind your back, I feel like, you're finding out about it. Like I said, or the other way around. And you also have the Nine of Cups here. So this does indicate wish fulfillment. It also is where, we have a lot of people that are supporting us. Okay. Some of you, you're deciding to be single and date around. And you're feeling like that's going to make me much happier. It's like I'm going to, hold on to my feelings. I'm going to hold off on investing in someone just yet. I just want to enjoy myself. I just want to, be single. I just want to socialize, meet and greet. I have some pretty good options here, but I'm going to take my time. So some of you are just having a good time, dating around, getting to meet people, experience different things. You know what you're looking for in a partner, and it's like you're holding on to all of those emotions inside until you come across the right person. Okay, I'm definitely getting that. Some of you have someone who, they are single, and I feel like they have a lot of options as well. And it's like, I feel like you're trying to reach out to this person, and you may be trying to further the commitment, but this is typically someone who is single and, you know, they're content being single. So there's a little bit of self-preservation here where you're telling yourself, I'm not going to wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not going to give my emotions away. I'm not going to invest emotionally too quickly, because last time that happened, you know, it really affected me. Those are the types of things that I'm picking up here. This can also be like a smug, arrogant behavior. So some of you are dealing with someone who's a narcissist. I just get that, where, you know, you're involved with someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too. So, you know, you're trying to work things out, you're trying to negotiate, but if they don't, I feel like you have another option to go with. Just to be, you know, quite blunt, I do feel that. It's like you're evaluating. I feel like you're evaluating, you're thinking about the future, you're looking into the future, and you're trying to envision, well, how will my future be with this person? How will my future be with that person? So you're thinking long term, and I feel that it's going to serve you well. Yeah, so here we have the Ten of Wands. This does indicate feeling overwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed with work. This is a lot of responsibilities. Some of you want to be single, but you feel like it would be so much for you to shoulder on your own, okay? So there's like this toss-up. Well, you know, if I'm single, I can have my freedom. I can, you know, entertain different options. I can go and do as I please. But on the other hand, I have a lot more responsibilities to pick up, okay? So it's like you're weighing the pros and cons here of being single or being in a relationship, because I feel like you definitely have, you know, relationship prospects. So you're trying to decide what exactly you really want to do. And if you're involved with someone where you've been waiting on them to do this, I feel that it's just become too overwhelming for you. It's starting to affect your self-esteem, and as a result, you're walking away, okay? But I don't feel you're walking away empty-handed. I feel that you are getting your just due here. You are getting answers. You are getting closure, and you're turning away. And you do have someone new. As I said, you have options. You have someone new. So those of you where, you know, it's that way, I feel that you're walking away a lot more, with a lot more lighter energy, feeling like you got your justice, okay? We have here the Devil. This does indicate overindulgence, toxicity. It's also a highly sexual energy. This is like where you feel bound to a person, you feel trapped to a person. Some of you, it's a sexual connection. Others of you, you feel obligated, you know, possibly through the court system, or possibly financially. So as I said earlier, some of you, you know, you may be wanting to just be single and be on your own and, you know, have your freedom, but I feel like something keeps happening where it keeps drawing you back in, okay? And some of you, you're not able to completely break free from this person. So that's what some of you are dealing with, where you're trying to break free. Yeah, and this is, you know, shedding baggage, taking that leap of faith, starting all over. I feel like there's something you felt bound or obligated to, or someone. Some of you, it's as simple as, you know, you feel bound and trapped by work, right? You feel bound and trapped by responsibilities. You feel like you're overwhelmed with the day-to-day things. But I feel like either way this goes, be very wary of temptation. You know, this is indicating if you fall into temptation or fall into a third party, I do feel it's going to be a really disastrous result, okay? I'm just saying. And, you know, like I said, this is about starting all over. But it can indicate, you know, literally feeling foolish. So it's kind of saying, you know, don't be naive. Don't be naive, okay? Because I feel that, you know, that toss-up. I feel like some decisions need to be made here on if you're going to stay, if you're going to go, what exactly you want, and then you're going to be able to, you know, tread your path, right? I feel like you have a lot of thinking going on. Some of you feel foolish for something that you did, or for, I don't want to say for trusting someone. I just feel like those of you that were blindsided, it's like something happened completely unexpectedly and you found out about it. And, if this is someone you've been with for quite some time, for example, and you've been waiting on a commitment, or you have a family with this person, you're feeling very taken advantage of. I do see that. But I don't feel, much pessimism. I feel like, there's growth here. They're starting all over. For some of you, this is a much needed new journey, right? Here we have the Six of Wands. This does indicate victory, success, and, again, moving forward, moving on. But, always be wary of this because, it can indicate having those, I'm very much getting like people talking behind your back, okay? I get that. Notice these people's faces here. It's like they're not really happy for them. So you may have someone that is, like a hidden enemy. I definitely feel that. There's a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of envy going on with this. Some of you, it's in your work environment, but it's like someone is envying your freedom or envying your options. Like, your options is in your romantic interest, for example. I feel this devil is kind of coming up strong. I'm still getting that same feeling where someone is saying, I swear, I promise. Some of you guys, someone has smiled in your face and lied through their teeth. That's what I'm getting. So, don't allow this person to tempt you back in. If they've done something like this to you before, I feel like they're going to do it again. Because you're dealing with someone who they want things their way, and I feel like you have enough going on as is. So it's very much a time to make sure that you're seeing things clearly. And take your time with making decisions. Don't let anyone rush you, into anything. But I feel that, you're saying, okay, you're telling me the whole truth, and we're fixing this and starting all over. Or, you're out the door. Yeah, and here we have the Knight of Wands. So, this is someone who is in and out, flaky, inconsistent. I feel like, that's what a lot of you, this may be like a no strings attached type of relationship. And I feel like it's something to be very careful of. As I said, if this person is committed, or if they're, if they have this type of relationship with you, they probably have it with someone else too, right? Like, I'm getting that for some of you where you feel like you have a friends with benefits and, everything's fine by that. But I feel like they may be doing it with someone else too. And, typically someone gets in their feelings at some point, or someone gets hurt in some kind of way. So I feel that it's really best to, maybe nip this in the bud, okay? Maybe nip this in the bud, because I'm getting like traveling to see someone for sexual purposes, or them you. But I feel like there's someone else involved here. There's also something here about paying attention. There's something you haven't been paying attention to. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here. This is typically someone who is quite abundant. It's all about self-esteem and standing on your own 2 feet. So many of you, as I said, you may be single, or you're wanting to be single. And, you may be involved with this person. Even if they are single and they're not attached, if they're coming in and out of your life, and then they're disappearing, it's like, they're keeping their options open. they have this connection with someone else too. And as I said, eventually things are going to come to a boiling point. So it's like some of you, you're no longer accepting this type of relationship, and you're looking away from it. You're definitely getting some gossip. I feel like information is coming in. I said that earlier, but I feel that because I'm noticing this bird. You're hearing something, and I feel that it's making you lose respect for someone, and it's making you not view them in the same way. I feel like you're turning your back on this person here, and you're moving forward. And for some of you, it's been quite difficult for you to be able to break away from this. It may have been extreme sexual chemistry, but for others, I feel like, again, maybe you thought things would lead to a commitment, something like that. But you're realizing that you're more valuable than this, okay? Again, this justice is speaking very strong. I feel like everything is going to work out in your favor. It's like whoever is owed the karmic justice, so to speak, I feel like it is definitely coming in. A small percentage of you, you may be getting into a committed relationship, or like where someone is offering you a deeper level of commitment, and you may have cold feet about it, where it's something that you want, but at the same time you're thinking, well, I'm going to have to give up my freedom. What do I want to do? So it feels like a lot of things are up in the air. But I do feel that these are cycles that need to be ended so that you can move forward, so that you can progress. Finances look good. Some of you may have an unexpected payout, particularly a house repair of some kind, like home repairs. Someone in your family may need some type of financial assistance. I'm not getting that for many, just for a small percentage. But yeah, it's like someone is reaching out to you, and you're giving them the cold shoulder, and you're looking at your other options, because you're saying, this person took too much from me. It's literally like someone has cost you. I don't know if they cost you financially, or your reputation, whichever it is, but someone has cost you too much time, too much energy, too much resources. It's like someone was draining you, and this is completely different. I feel like you're breaking free. That's what I'm getting here. You're breaking free. So I feel like you're finally getting to walk away from someone. Like if someone always left you, if they always hurt you, if you were always there for them, those types of things, you were taken for granted. It's like someone is finally, they're coming back around and they're giving you this spiel, and you're saying no. No. I really feel like you may not even verbally turn them down. You may just simply not respond. Sometimes silence is golden. Others of you, I feel like cutting words where you're finally speaking up about something, and you're telling them the harsh truth. And I feel like this is going to reality check this person. It's like you're making someone humble themselves. They may have been arrogant and smug and just thought very highly of themselves, and it's like you're finally saying, you know what, no. I just feel like, you're finally, some of you, this is something that you waited on this to come, you waited on this to pass, where, you could be the one to walk away from them. And you are coming through as quite successful, feeling good. This is also typically someone who is, who stands on their own. I'm really getting that, like an overall lesson of standing on your own. So some of you, this is financial reliance, but I feel for the majority, it's emotional reliance. Not letting someone else determine your self-worth. or your level of confidence. It's like you're not letting them have power or control over you. You're not letting someone's words harm you either. I definitely feel that. So, be careful with this. Don't have your head in the clouds. Don't be delusional. Don't do this fantasy. It's like someone that you may have held in a very high regard, someone you idealized, and they really hurt you. They did a lot behind your back. They talked about you behind your back. They formed connections behind your back. And you're finally over it. And you're finally, you're moving on. And I feel like with that comes success. And, now they want to come back around. Now they want to work things out. Now they want a deeper level of commitment. So, it's like you're teaching someone a lesson here, Pisces. Okay, enjoy your month, and I will see you in May.